and welcome back. Thank you guys so much bearing with me that it has taken me a minute to get a video back on here, but I really just wanted to be able to come on here, show you guys just some normal moments of my life, but also just do this voiceover and just talk and catch up and let y'all know what's going on with me, what's going on in my mind, and what to look forward to when it comes to my channel. Y'all, the internet is so wild sometimes. It's crazy to me the way people will comment on others' lives and be just downright rude, all because they can be behind a keyboard, screen name, and no profile picture. I am very aware that my house is not the social media example of perfect. I don't pretend to have it all together, and I won't only come online when everything is clean and tidy. If you need that in your life, then please go to the many other channels that get it all done. But on this side of the internet, I'm for the moms that want to have a safe space to not be consistently bombarded with this notion that you are failing if you don't have it all together. I realized recently that God willing, this time next year, y'all will see a very different house and structure to my life. Why? Because this is possibly my last year having a kiddo with me 24/7. It's crazy to think both of my boys may be in school next year, and for the first time in 7 years, I'll be able to do things for myself, but also have the capacity to clean in peace. As exciting as that is, I'm also grieving a little bit as I write this last chapter in this particular stage of my life. Could I obsess about having a clean house right now, having a camera prop, stage, filming one day that I've planned out to act like that's my everyday routine? Or can I spend time building trains and forts, cooking mostly from scratch meals and treats for and with my kids, studying the word and working on preparing for school, traveling to multiple countries, and just enjoy this limited time that we have here? So for any mom right now feeling like you are drowning in the piles of laundry and dishes, trying to figure out dinners, transportation to activities, how to put yourself together in only the short amount of time you have so that you don't lose yourself, I got you. And remember, this is just a chapter in your own individual journey and novel. At the end of the day, the perfect decor, the organized pantries and closets can, in fact, wait. But what isn't waiting for you is the time or the growing of your kids and the trajectory of your family. We all have different priorities in life, and that's okay. So now moving into the questions some of y'all have asked and discussed about the obvious change in my channel. The first one is going to be why I started to integrate my faith and my sort of testimony into my content. I want to first off say that we make idols in social media. Christianity is not a trend. Through my blessings and the privilege to have a camera and voice, I want to not only keep it real, but glorify God. That doesn't mean calling you a lazy homemaker. It doesn't mean only dressing like I'm in a homestead while being in the city. If that's your vibe, no shame or judgment, but being a Christian woman, Christian wife, and a Christian mother doesn't have a fashion trend. I would love to share scripture with you all when my heart feels led to do so, not because it's the aesthetic of my platform. So as you see this shift in my videos and content, please know I feel so incredibly lucky to be here sharing my life, testimony, storms, and blessings. It is very important to me to never fall into the sin of idolizing social media over my family and faith. So as I figure that out in balance and what that looks like in terms of how much content I put out and how consistent I will be for y'all, bear with me. I also know my journey with my weight loss and surgeries is huge and will continue the transparency of that here as well. I want to incorporate it into videos versus all the time just sit downs and only talking about it and having surgery just be the only part of my life. I also want to go ahead and go into the surgery questions that I have been asked when I asked you guys to leave some questions. Okay, so one of the things that I am going to start, and I will talk about this in another video, is going to be what I'm eating, what I'm doing, and just my sort of notion of just eating better food. But when it comes to my goals personally, my goal when I had my revision was to just feel better, to be able to get healthier again, and I wanted to lose all of the weight I had gained in my pregnancies. I have already achieved that goal. I achieved it by the time I was about 3.5 months post-op. So now everything here on out is essentially, I call it bonus pounds. If I really had to put a number to it, I would say maybe losing about 30 to 35 more pounds would be great. We have a vacation coming up that I am super excited about, and it's actually involving going back to the States. And so I would say probably between now and going on that vacation, if I could lose like 15 more pounds would be nice. Your girl would like to maybe be on the beach in a bikini, even with all of my loose skin, just a little bit smaller. But again, I'm not obsessing over the scale. I am very much so just getting back to basics and making sure that the root of everything, which is just eating better, treating my body better, and just having better habits, is what I'm focusing on. So that isn't obsessing about every sort of macro and number and calorie and all of this kind of stuff into my body. And I have found myself, you guys, to just be so much happier, which I think you guys have also realized on my Instagram and in pictures. I am glowing because I truly, truly am happy to, for once, I feel like, be out of the shackles that is obsessing over your weight, which I know sounds really weird being somebody who had this revision. But again, my revision wasn't about just the weight, you guys. It was about my hernia. It was about my pain. It was about my GERD. The weight loss to me has just been more of a bonus, but it is just so nice to just feel like I have a life back. And so again, I hope that you guys have stuck it through with me in this video and looking at just some moments of my life, and I'll see you in the next video.